Good afternoon, crap to cream. So this is where I'm at now. So this is the side that I finished. This is the driver's side that I finished. Had it all tidied up, all buttoned up. And then I started doing the other side. And yes, as you can see, this has now been progressed. So this has now been off. I have new gasket, rejointed it, torqued it all up, good to go. Right. So when I took the hub off that one over there, that one over there, that one, I noticed the oil seal on the hub was slightly different. So if you just bear with me here. So this is the one that came out of the original one I was doing on the right hand side. This is the one that came out of the left hand side. This one leaked, this one didn't. However, when I've opened the packet, which I will do now because the other seal's down at the bottom shed, so just bear with me for a second while I find my knife. Should have done this before I started filming. But anyway, we will get there. I'll just put this. No, I won't. Oh, really tight, really tight. Yeah. So anyway, so this is the other one that came with, and you'll see it's got a little lip on it there, and it's got no spring around the outside of the lip seal. So this one that came out has got a spring on the outside of the lip seal. However, the diameter on this one is smaller than this one. So I will now go, so have a look at this. So now you'll see where I pushed this in the other day, and you'll see, right, it's more or less level with the hub itself here. All right, so you can see that's more or less level with the hub. Because I just tapped it in, and I tapped it in flush with this because I thought that'll be as it's supposed to be. However, I will take you down to the other shed now and show you something different. Certainly getting my steps up walking between the two sheds today. Anyway, so here's the other one. So as you will see now, I'll get my little torch on this. So you will see this is the lip seal that has the slight lip on the outside, no spring on it, but it is a good 4 millimeters below the level of the hub itself. And this seal here is just touching the stub shaft. On the other one, you may remember I was talking about it being quite tight to turn and assuming that that was the drag of the grease in the bearing. I think that this was overloaded, and there's some evidence of polishing on the stub shaft to say that this was contact was a bit heavy. So I've made a little tool up which has got now, you'll see I've made that up now so that it can punch around the outside of the seal like that and knock it in. So because I damaged the other one, I'm going to go and take the other seal out on the other shed and put that seal back in, because I'm going to assume, now you know what that is, an ass makes an ass out of you and me. I'm going to assume that this is an upgraded seal, and the one with the spring on the outside, which fits in the smaller diameter, the same diameter as the outer race of the bearing, is an older version. So anyway, I will go up now and take the other seal out, and I'll include this in one of my other video, the next video, well not the next video, but the video after next, because the next video is the stripping down video of the left hand side. This is only a lesson learned since I stripped that down. Alright, enough waffling. I will go and fix the other seal up and I'll show you that when it's fixed. So I'll see you in a minute. Righto, so that stub axle is now back together again, and I'll show you that when I've just showed you my other little picture of joy that is about to unfold. So I looked in the box to clean up the bolts before they went back into the half shaft, into the stub axle, into the hub, and I was met with this little lot. So I'm sure if you can see it in focus, I would say that that's a good one. Look at that. There you go, look at that. There's a number, so we got 2 good ones out of 5. And then this also magically appeared, which appears to be a helicoil. So I am sort of going to look forward to going to have a go at looking at the other hub. Does it never finish? I watched Stuart with his welding on his Mini, and yeah, seems to have got everything done, and then suddenly finds another patch of rust that's needs another hole or another patch in it. Here I am, Stuart. Thought I was on a winning streak. Unfortunately not. So here's the hub now. Now this hub has all been rebuilt again now, so it's all back together again. And yeah, that spins a lot better than it did before. So I am really, and that's with the half shaft in. So that's really good. I'm happy with that. That's my positive note to finish on right now. I will go and have a look in the other shed and see what faces me there. I'll film that on another day. Good morning. So now we shall continue on with the unfolding problem, let's go with that I had in the other shed, which was the bolts that had got threads that was, let's go distorted, ruined, broken, and caused by, I'm assuming, the inserts that had been put in as a result of possibly the half shaft bolts coming undone and the half shaft wobbling around, whatever. Anyway, so here we are. And after several hours of messing around, of which any amount of camera speed would not have made this bit interesting, so I have one thread restorer or helicoil, whatever you want to call it. It's in here, and that's in good condition, so that's okay. So the other 4 were all in various states of disrepair. One of them, the thread had actually come up, the other shed that I showed you before had actually come above here and got trapped between here and the half shaft flange, and that was causing the oil to leak onto this. So anyway, that one was easy to get out. The other 3 were not as easy. So with various instruments, such as various sizes screwdrivers, a pair of pliers, a shifter, not that I like using that anyway, and a good strong pair of mechanical advantaged pliers, and also a spade drill, which I decided to try and design based on what I had seen on YouTube as a thread extractor, a thread insert extractor. So I don't know whether that worked in any way or not, but anyway, it helped. So I've got them all out now. So as you can see, these drop in here easily. So now I'm waiting for the thread restorer kit to arrive for a 7/16 UNF bolt, and then I will repair them. So once that arrives, then I will continue on. Until that time, I'm resorting to this as my mode of transport to get me to the shops and back. Won't get much shopping in there, but anyway, we'll see how we go. I've also installed the fitting for the AFR gauge So that's now being welded in place. Paint makes the weld look good. So that's yeah, ready to go on. And fitting these to the extractors when the heat shielding arrives for the cabling will be another exciting adventure, I suspect, where I will end up cutting the pipe and putting a flexi in it or something else to try and make that work. So I'll say thank you very much for subscribing, thank you for any comments, and thank you for watching the video. And when I get some progress or get some parts and I can start doing some stuff again, then I will continue on. I think the trim clips are arriving, so I'll have to modify them so they go into the trim, but we'll see what happens when they arrive. All right, so I'll say bye for now, and I'll be back soon.